Welcome back to my channel. Drive in Anger. Interesting name for a channel. Uh, um, Today is the day that for whatever reason, decided to get rid of the Camaro ZL1 1LE. I mean, to be honest, I have no idea why I am getting rid of this car. I have no idea why I'm getting rid of this car. I, I mean, it's one of the best cars I've had in terms of enjoyment. My Corvette Z06 was more enjoyable, of course, but this 1LE was very, very, very good. And it's the end of the road for it. I guess I'm trading it in on a C8. The idea was to wait until the Z06 come out, but I have no idea why I'm doing this. I've tracked this car several times. A couple of times at Crescent Motorsport Ranch in Crescent, Texas, and a few times also at Eagle Canyon Raceway in Decatur, Texas. And this car is a monster. It's a very, very track-capable car. I came nowhere close to getting the best out of it from a tracking standpoint. Suspension is a little stiff and so forth, but I knew that going into it when I purchased it. So getting rid of it now makes no sense at all, but I did in favor of this C8. It's hypersonic gray metallic. The camera, it doesn't do much justice to it. It really, really looks good in the light of day. It has the Z51 package on there. It has the side skirts. As you can see right there. I am doing voiceover because recording on the phone wasn't very good. So I'm voiceover in the front splitter. It's pretty nice. It's definitely not a Z06, but it's a pretty nice looking Stingray. In my opinion, it's not as robust and as formidable as the ZL1 1LE that I just got rid of. But nevertheless, it feels pretty good. I've already taken delivery, brought it home. Of course, going through car buyers remorse, wondering why the hell did I get rid of a very, very, very capable ZL1 1LE in favor of just a Stingray. Not even the Z06, but I can't go back now. I tried. It's too late to take it back now. So I'm, for lack of a better term, stuck with it for now. I've done some stupid decisions in the past, and this is probably second on the list of stupid decisions to get rid of a Camaro ZL1 1LE in favor of a Stingray. I mean, that makes no sense whatsoever. But hey, we'll see how this thing feels on track once I get it. Once I get an opportunity to take it out to one of these tracks, I will see how it behaves in relation to the ZL1 1LE. I hear that there is a bit of understeer in this car because it's mid-engine, of course, and the ZL1 was front engine, and so I hear it pushes a lot in the corner. GM suggests if this car is going to be tracked, that a track alignment is essential to get it to behave in a predictable, perhaps even a more neutral manner on track. So here we see the interior. We have a little bit of a highlights of the Accelerate yellow in the seats, in the Alcantara steering wheel, in the door panels. It obviously sits different than the 1LE. It sits a little bit lower, I think. Maybe not that much, but just a little bit lower. And because it's mid-engine, it's much more visible from the front when you're looking out through over the hood or the front. It's much more visible. You could see better the road. So I suspect I'll be able to attack the corners with a little bit more precision when it comes to tracking this vehicle. It has an 8-speed dual clutch manual transmission, which I drive it in manual mode, and the shift feels very, very, very seamless. It doesn't, there's no lag, there's no delay. I'm not sure if it's PDK level like the Porsche, but it's definitely a capable transmission. It has the performance exhaust on it, of course, because it's a Z51. It has the performance package, the Z51 performance package on there, which has the performance exhaust, the performance brakes. I think the magnetic ride suspension also is part of that package. It also has the ability to lower up front, so you know Corvettes are notoriously low anyway. So you could raise the car. Raise the car when you go over speed bumps and things like that. There's not a lot of storage. There's a trunk in the rear. I think you could perhaps fit a golf club, or a couple of sets of golf clubs in there, some groceries. Here I was coming back from the store, so this is the front trunk here. I have some water and some fruits in there. So there's a little bit of a storage compartment on the front side of the car. All in all, it seems okay, but I'm still bumming about getting rid of the ZL1 1LE. I don't know why I did it, but I did, and I guess it's time to stop crying over spilled milk. Anyway, so one of the first things I will do on this car is the track alignment, because I do track my cars. It's a recent thing. I only just started doing it earlier this year. March 5th, 6th was my first track event at Eagle Canyon Raceway. It's a HPDE high performance driving event. That one was hosted by Chin Track, and it was a 2-day event at Eagle Canyon Raceway, and that was the first time I tracked the 1LE. And I basically, I don't want to say addicted, but I basically like how it feels to drive in anger on the track. And of course, I'm not angry by saying drive in anger. It's just a term that racing drivers use, especially the Formula One guys use when they drive on the limit or drive a car for the first time. You know, trying to find its limit, its capability. So that's the reason for that term. But anyway, so I will also take this one to the track. And I mean, a lot of people will argue if you spend a significant amount of money on a car, taking it to the track, why would you do that? Well, these cars are designed for that, right? There are fellas on the track with 911 GT2 RS, 911 GT3 RS, McLarens, Cayman GT4s, Camaros, Corvettes. You know, there are so many different cars out there, and that's when you truly experience what the car is really capable of doing. You know, it's a controlled environment, and most of the people out there are like-minded people. They've been doing this for a while, so they understand safety, and you could really, really, really put the car through its paces within reason, and really truly enjoy it. Of course, it gets a little bit pricey sometimes with the expendables. Not expendables, I'm sorry, the consumables like brakes, brake pad, maybe rotors, definitely tires, oil change, transmission fluids, differential fluid. You know, those kind of things. Obviously, you consume those things, gasoline, in the process of driving these cars on track, but the feel that you get from these vehicles when you drive them on the limit. And on the limit is a relative thing, because I don't think many of us who are enthusiasts, track enthusiasts, I don't think many of us who drive these cars on track really get close to the limit of these cars. Perhaps we get to the limit of ourselves, but these things can be driven so hard and so fast, and they can be amazing on the track. But anyway, I can speak for myself. It's a lot of fun. You could take precautions, obviously, to protect your car. So this one already has been wrapped with the Camber, the paint protection film on the front hood, the quarter panels or the fenders, the doors, the mirrors, the bumper, the front splitter, and then the rest of the car has been coated with what's the name of this? Yes, ceramic coating. The rest of the car is ceramic coated, so it makes cleaning it much easier. And you know, of course, the Camber protects against rock chips and those kind of things that you might come in contact with while on the track. So the first thing I'm going to do is a track alignment. I'm taking it to GSpeed in Crescent, and they will do a track alignment, which is what's recommended by GM if you're going to track it. The track alignment entails changing the camber setting. The camber is how the tires lean on the front. If it lean in towards the top. If the top of the tires lean inward, that's negative camber. And I think they recommend a certain 3 degrees of negative camber. They're also going to make a caster adjustment and a toe-in adjustment. Toe-in is how the tires point inwards or outwards, the front tires, and of course the rear tires as well. So they're going to do a camber adjustment, caster adjustments, toe adjustment. They're also going to lower the rear end a little bit to make it more, I guess, more neutral in the corner. All of these adjustments would give it more traction in the corners. In addition to that, GM recommends adding 2 quarts of transmission fluid. They will do that also, and they will bleed the brakes, remove the stock brake fluid in favor of something that could withstand high heat and aggressive driving on track. Then I will get a yellow stripe that will put on it to make it look more racy, kind of reminiscent of the C8R livery from the Corvette racing team. And those will be my first modification to this thing, and hopefully by the time I get used to this Z06 will be available. I mean, they should be available in 2023, but my name is so far down the list, it'll be a while before I get one. Anyway, Camaro ZL1 1LE traded in against the C8 Corvette with the Z51 package. Thanks for tuning in. Next stop, GSpeed for the track alignment. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe if you're so inclined. Thank you.